Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news of Hedera being at the center of powering a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we'll also be discussing Hedera's involvement in cross-border payments and Hedera's network reaching over 20 billion transactions. So before we talk about the main story today, I'd like to show you a clip from the HBAR Bull YouTube channel where he actually talks to Rob Allen from the HBAR Foundation, where they actually discuss details about Hedera's involvement in stablecoin developments and how the benefits of Hedera's network could be incorporated into drop services and how this could benefit the likes of the Federal Reserve and the FedNow payment protocol.
Stablecoins on Hedera have a number of different flavors. You could have just a smart contract based one, utilizing the Hedera smart contract service. And an example of that would be what ANZ Bank did last year. They took their Solidity smart contract that they have on Ethereum and ported it onto Hedera, and just out of the box used it on the smart contracts service, our EVM. The second type is purely token service based stablecoin. And an example of that is the USDC. So the Circle issued USDC on Hedera is an HTS token. They're both collateralized in a similar way with cash in escrow, or a fiat in escrow, but two different mechanisms. And then the third type is a hybrid model. And you've heard me refer to the Stablecoin accelerator that Swirls Labs and Greg Scullard and his team have been developing. That has a Hedera token service token for wallet-to-wallet transfer, but it has all its administration functions via a smart contract, which enables you to set up role-based controls and keys on the functions of the token, so mint and burn and wipe and the KYC flag and all of those good things. So we've got three different types of stablecoin in the Hedera ecosystem. The latter is by far the best. It's bank grade. It comes out of the box with hooks into custody providers and fraud management tooling and auditing and token control mechanisms. So we're very excited about that open source technology, the Stablecoin accelerator, which we will be able to talk a lot more about over the coming weeks, because there's some very, very exciting initiatives and announcements about to be made built around that technology.
So as stated by the previous clip, Hedera's involvement in developments involving cross-border payments could become increasingly more important, and it makes no surprise really, especially if we look at the innate qualities attached to Hedera's network in terms of its high TPS, its scalability and its cost effectiveness, as to why Hedera's network could be an ideal option to enable the verification of transactions on a wider scale. And as a result, this is the main reason as to why the Federal Reserve and the FedNow payment program have actually utilized Hedera's network into their own frameworks. So I actually came across a tweet from the HBAR Foundation detailing a exciting partnership between the HBAR Foundation, Hedera and Health Ready, where Health Ready is a company which is looking to directly incorporate and utilize blockchain technology into healthcare data activities and retrieving such information. So the thread of tweets actually highlighted to how healthcare data is considered up to 50 times more valuable than financial data. So Health Ready's partnership with Hedera is mainly centered around patients with rare diseases and conditions are empowered to make themselves discoverable for clinical research. So the thread of tweets actually went into a bit more depth and shared insights about how healthcare data and participation in clinical research could save a number of individuals' lives, including patients who choose to utilize the benefits of the Health Ready application, and in turn taking on the benefits of Hedera consensus service. So Health Ready is actually looking to increase both the diversity and the size of pool data, in turn increasing the overall quality of datasets. So again, all of these developments, especially surrounding the logging of information about an individual's health records and the potential deficiencies and abnormalities an individual may be experiencing, will be all actively logged on Hedera's consensus service, where again, Health Ready will be backed by Hedera's network and protocol. So this means that when information is actively stored in regards to, again, patient consent, healthcare data, patient-reported outcomes and verification will be all logged on Hedera. And the main reason as to why Health Ready may have chosen to build their offerings on Hedera is due to the immutability offered by Hedera, where Hedera is one of the most secure networks on the marketplace, most notably due to its Byzantine fault tolerance protocol. So this means that it'll be a lot harder for malicious entities to steal datasets which are logged onto Hedera. So as a result, information about patient health and their other information will have a lower risk of being stolen. So all around very exciting in terms of the utility of Health Ready and how this could impact the overarching Hedera network and patients who choose to use Health Ready and in extension Hedera's consensus service. So all around very exciting, and this is actually quite significant as well, as the healthcare industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. So with Health Ready looking to leverage Hedera's network, Hedera's profile is becoming more diverse in use case, and Hedera could become more widely integrated into the health industry. And this is also coupled with Health Ready also seeking to use the other benefits attached to Hedera, especially Hedera's tokenization service, where through the utility of Hedera's tokenization service, the likes of Health Ready can take on the benefits of tokenization activities, where information about an individual's health can be logged and can be created and minted as a specific token. So it will improve the seamlessness and the ability for such information to be stored and transported and shared between varying stakeholders at a given time. So very exciting all around for Hedera and for Health Ready, and what these use cases could have in terms of the wider healthcare marketplace, and how this could impact the utility of Hedera's network, especially in regards to the versatility offered by Hedera's consensus and tokenization service. So, as well as Hedera's active involvement in the healthcare industry, Hedera is set to feature at a blockchain confluence event in India, where Hedera is at the premiere and is the only sponsor of Bharat Blockchain Yatra, where the BBY is the biggest ever blockchain confluence, where over 50,000 developers will be exposed to Hedera during this event. And the event is actually backed by the Indian government. So it goes to show how exciting this initiative is, and how the likes of the Indian government and other stakeholders across the Indian marketplace will have exposure to Hedera's utilities. And as a result, with a broad range of individuals and even institutions eyeing Hedera's network, this could see such bodies choosing to integrate and utilize Hedera's network into their own development. So very exciting, and with a number of potentially esteemed parties eyeing the benefits of Hedera, this could see the utility of Hedera's network increasing even further, as we all may be aware that Hedera's network is the most widely utilized network of the marketplace, where over 20 billion transactions have been authorized on Hedera's network to date. So with the broad scale utility of the Hedera mainnet, coupled with the number of potential partnerships Hedera could enter into across the Indian subcontinent, this could lead to the Hedera mainnet seeing further exponential increases to the transaction validation on its mainnet, and as a result the transactions authorized on Hedera will continue to increase. So very exciting, and it will be interesting to see if any other organizations do choose to utilize and leverage Hedera's mainnet into their offerings. And this all comes back to other developments Hedera is at the center of, where recently, over the past month or so, Hedera has actually entered partnerships and is actively being utilized by some of the biggest organizations in the world. Most notably, the car manufacturers Kia and Hyundai are both set to utilize Hedera's network to launch their CO2 emissions tracking platform. And this is also coupled with the Federal Reserve's FedNow payment protocol also indirectly being set to incorporate Hedera's consensus service into their workflows and use cases. So with the abundant number of esteemed organizations which have a direct affiliation with Hedera, the likes of the mentioned organizations will have the ability to harness the innate qualities attached to Hedera, and as a result Hedera could become more widely integrated into more industries, and the transaction validation on Hedera's mainnet may see synonymous increases in its overall utility and transaction validation capacity. So very exciting, and there's not too many other projects on the market that have a steam list of organizations which are backed by a DLT. like Hedera is. So all around very exciting, and it will be interesting to see how these partnerships lead to the demand for Hedera's network to increase, and how the likes of Hedera's HBAR cryptocurrency being more widely incorporated and utilized, especially in regards to transaction validation, and how this could impact the price of HBAR, especially over the long run, where I know we haven't really seen too many spikes in the price of HBAR in recent times. And this is mainly due to us being in a bear market where literally everything is down at the moment, so it'll be a lot harder to see these visible changes to the price of HBAR. But when the market stabilizes and matures over the long run, and especially when we enter the bull market, the price of HBAR may see synonymous increases, especially in relation to its transaction validation capacity. So only time will tell though, but it's very exciting that Hedera is at the center of so many exciting developments and initiatives. So another development I'd like to talk about is how Hedera is actually leading smart contract platform developments across the DLT sphere, where the Hedera network has seen an increase in its smart contract platform by over 10%. So the broad scale increase in the demand for smart contract services on Hedera all goes back to the number of improvements Hedera's smart contract service has actually seen, where Hedera's network has actually seen the rolling out of Smart Contract 2.0, where Smart Contract 2.0 is actually centered around improving the scalability, the cost effectiveness, and also allowing for improvements in the predictability of fees in regards to the creation of smart contracts at a given time. So with all these key concepts and characteristics synonymous with the creation and the utility of smart contracts on the overarching Hedera network, the utility of smart contracts in this sense means that a lot more developers may choose to build their offerings on Hedera rather than other competitor DLTs, and even developers from competitor DLTs may transition away from their current platform to Hedera. So this adds to another exciting development on Hedera, and as a result could lead to the broad scale increase in utility on Hedera's network, and this will have reverberating effects on the transaction validation on Hedera. So very exciting, and again this all goes back to the innate qualities attached to Hedera, especially the low fees, the fast transaction speeds, the immutability, the network being carbon negative, and Hedera also providing solidity smart contracts. So with all of these benefits coupled with the rolling out and provisioning of smart contracts on Hedera, the utility and developments involving DeFi protocols and developments could become more commonplace across the wider Hedera marketplace and network, and as a result Hedera could become a more well-rounded network across a number of industries at a given time, not only in terms of real-world utilities and use cases, for example cross-border payments, but also for DeFi initiatives. So very exciting, and Hedera's network is becoming a lot more well-rounded. And this has been a limitation really of Hedera, where before Hedera's network was mainly centered around CeFi initiatives and developments. However, with the number of developments especially surrounding smart contracts, and as the previous tweet mentioned, the broad scale utility of smart contracts increasing quite substantially on Hedera, Hedera's network and utilities are becoming more centered around DeFi applications. So it'll be interesting to see how these developments play out and how this could affect HBAR token holders, especially over the long run. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you excited about Hedera's involvement in the healthcare industry? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.